Here we have the Pizza Palace ordering system by the members Bradley, Dominic, Logan, and Tucker. Through this presentation, we will demonstrate what we have designed in order to make this application possible for the user to interact with the business and place an order properly. As for the scope, we needed a working database that stores information under the user's phone number, which means that all of their information, including the store name, phone number, address, and the type of charge account of the customer, is recorded here. We need a payment processing system which allows them to either have credit card, cash, or checks, a method to record new customers, and a method to recall returning customers, and a way to print out receipts for the customers with all the relevant information displayed to them at the end. Following this, we have the schedule, in which we started around January 17th and finished up most things by the end of March. Here is the timetable, which demonstrates how long each member took on each day in order to finish their sections of the project. And whenever each section was finished, the members joined together and looked over what was done. The Gantt chart here represents the approximate amount of days in which it took to finish said parts of the project. As for the team members, these are their qualifications. Bradley Price is here. Tucker Ramey is here. Logan Powers is here. Dominic Ho's information is here. And moving on to the technical description of the application, it is essentially a pizza ordering system. Explained here is what the purpose of the system is, which is to set up and store the customer's information for future use, as well as using this information to allow the system to make it easier for the customer to order in the future. The GUI would make this whole situation easier, which is why that would be implemented for the user side. As for the software aspect of it, we would be using C++ in order to program what it would have to do. For the software, we have to have a hub to store the data, a computer to store the information, a computer to inform the place of the order, and either a virtual or physical server to handle the movement of information, and as well as a platform to display the program to the customers. As for how to transmit the data to and from the system, we would use a server link to the user and the system, and securely send the information from the user to the business, and send the information back to the user when necessary. As for the data management plan, data will be gathered on the phone in person or keyed into the database by the employees. The questions would include phone number, whether they're returning or a new customer, delivery or pickup, their name and address, the ordering information, and their payment method. Out of all of these, payment method will not be stored and will only a method for security. So employees with the database access will only be verified through a fingerprint or password, and data will be stored in the database created at a later point. As for the test plan, we would go individually through each of the sections in order to make sure that they work. Here are the results of that. As for the prototype, this was the early prototype in which we began to plan out how we would move through the app. So it would start with the new and returning screen, and when they hit new, it goes to the first window. Returning goes to the window to allow them to input their phone number, so on and so forth. As we progress on in the project, we designed a further more precise representation of the program for Pizza Palace. which has sophisticated buttons as well as icons to entice the users to use it. So, first picture that shows up is the new customer, where they have to input their information. The second is returning customer, which both leads the person into a place to place their order or to check their order status, though a new customer would not have anything under check order status. Once order status is pressed, it would show the current status of the order that they have now, and they have the option to cancel it then. As for the new order, they have two buttons, either adding a pizza or a drink to their order, and they can add as many drinks and pizzas as they wish. A cancel button would terminate the whole order and would not result in anything, and confirm would progress the user onto the confirm order. As for putting toppings on the pizza itself, there will be buttons that allows the user to customize the pizza as they please. Once this is through, the confirm order menu allows them to return to customization or let them choose from pickup or delivery. Once they choose one of those, they must verify their information and either confirm it or update it. If they choose to update their information, they must fill out anything that has changed, and the system will update it as needed. Once this method is done, they can choose how to confirm it, either through a call or a text, and the order will only be replaced. The order will only be placed once the confirmation code has been input. After this is all done, the receipt comes out, and the user just needs to wait for their pizza to arrive. As for this, the case diagram, the customer logs in, and the database accesses this information at the same time as the customer does in order to return their information. Through here, they can choose two routes, either to check their order or to make their order. And this goes on in the same process as we explained earlier. For the case full of events, this just goes into detail about the service that we explained earlier. As for the class diagram, we would have a customer class, which would go into the order class, and the order class contains the drink class, the pizza class, which also contains the toppings class, and the order class would then go into either pickup or delivery. If the delivery is chosen, an employee would be needed to deliver it, and the vehicle in which they use it is recorded as well. This is just the detailed information on what each of the methods do, as well as what each variable of the classes do. As for the decision tables, it is essentially the same information as explained earlier in this presentation. For the entity relationship diagram, it is evident that many things depend on each other in this, order being at the center point of this whole operation. That is the ordering system for Pizza Palace.